Hi there, 2E0TWG at your service. And today, well, I'm just going to show you my little shed, my little man cave, and what my plans are for turning this possibly into a shack. Welcome to the channel. First of all, a big apology to you that I've not really put many videos out in the last couple of weeks. Not been feeling great. And also life, as we all know, it's quite busy. So today I'm in the sort of man cave shed thing. It's about a 3-year-old shed I've got. It's an 8x6. It's not exactly a huge sort of setup here, and I've got all manner of rubbish in here. What have I got? I've got paracord. I've got a desk where I had my rig on last year, which is over here. I'll do a brief little 360 for you in a minute. It'll take ages, obviously, being an 8x6 shed. I've got wire everywhere. I've got antennas in the corner. I've got a bike rack for the car I haven't put on yet. I've got Charlie Romeo Alpha Papa. That's what this shed is full of at the moment. So what I'm going to have to do over the next week or two is just literally get everything out of here, throw stuff away I don't need, and keep stuff I will need, put stuff out of here that shouldn't be in here. I've got a little garage over there. I've got to get stuff out of this. Just that time of year when the weather starts to get better and you know you're going to be spending more time outside. Plus in the UK at the moment, it's right at the end of March. This weekend the clocks go forward. Tonight in fact. Which means it'll get dark at around 8 PM now. So which means I can spend more time when I come home from work, to spend maybe an hour or so out here just doing a bit every day, which will help, rather than just dedicating a whole day, because that will just ruin my weekend if I did that. So I'd like to do it in bits, to be honest. And even a small shed, 8x6 shed, we've all got something similar probably, or we have had. It's amazing how much rubbish you can accumulate in a shed, because basically I'm only really out here using it as a radio area from about this time of the year till sort of mid-end September. So for 6 months of the year, this isn't usable. Which brings me to the next part, because I want to insulate this shed, and one or two people who watch this have probably heard this before. I want to insulate this shed, okay? Now, I need guidance from those of you who have done it. Not necessarily those who've got ideas, those who have done it to a similar shed. So it's a fairly modern shed, 8x6, it's entirely waterproof. It's got gaps in the top corners to let air and light in. So do I fill that? The idea I've got is to use the sort of square rigid foam panels and cut them and put them into the slats, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But do I leave an air gap between the wood and the back of the panel that I'm putting in, or can it be flush? So what do I do? The floor as well I've got to insulate, and I've got the roof as well, the ceiling I should say. It's pretty watertight. It needs treating, to be honest, but the problem is it's right next to next door's fence, so I need to think about how I do that. It gets warm in here at the moment now. It's about 16 outside at the moment now. The door closed and has been closed for maybe 5 minutes. It's now 28 degrees. I can see the thermometer over there. 28 degrees. So in the summer it gets up to 40 in here. In the winter, well, it's as cold as it is outside. Plus, of course, you've got condensation. So there's lots of things to think about. Anyway, in terms of, apart from the shed, and I'll do a little panoramic little 360 for you. In fact, let's do that now. We'll cut away. I'll just show you what the shed looks like, and then you can maybe have a think about that. But if you've done it already, I'd love to hear your comments to see what exactly you've done, what materials you've used. Don't have to share cost, I don't need to know that, but what materials you've used, and that bit I said about the gap between the insulation and the outside wall. Do you leave a gap? How do you do that? How much of a gap? Is there anything you put in there? Because I'm fundamentally useless at things like this, so I need to know. But I need to know from people who've done it. So if you've done it, something similar to this, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, here's a little look at my shed. Well, so here's the shed itself. Look, the man cave. As you can see, I've got lots of paraphernalia in here. a lamp, plenty of cable, some shelving, bags with stuff in, poles, pipes, some mag mount and whip there, wires. Just needs a real good sorting out. So as you can see,
Didn't take very long, did it? Now, forthcoming projects. Going to do a bit both home and portable. Now, portable, I've just bought another antenna. It's a 3-band end-fed half-wave, 40-20-10 from high-end fed in Holland, in the Netherlands. And it's the one where you have the shortened wire for 40 meters. So it's a full half wave for 10 and 20. 10 it's a full wave. 20 it's a half wave. That's 33 feet from the 49 to 1. And then you've got a shortened piece of wire. You've got a coil and a shortened piece of wire. So the 40 meter element is electrically half wave, but actually in length is only about 6 feet. So it's the performance wise on 40 is going to be down on a full end fed half wave. I think it's down by about 6 dB, so it's a compromise. But it means, because the whole antenna is just under 12 meters long, I can get it up vertical on the spider beam, on the spider pole, which I've got. So, happy days. So I'm going to, when I feel up to it, health-wise, which I'm getting hopefully a bit better, I will go to my usual spot, which I go up to on a Thursday evening, and join in my local net again, which I've really missed. I haven't been there for 3 months, so I feel really gutted I've been missing that. But also put this up as well. So I'll give it a HF to play with. So that'll be lovely. And the nights will be cool, be warmer, I should say, not cooler. Warmer but lighter. That'll be nice. So that's one thing to think about. Now at home, you know what it's like when you put an antenna up. It's been up for 6 months. The doublet, the little 44-foot doublet, really low really. The apex is 8 meters, the ends are 4 meters. So it's an inverted V. It tunes, even on 80 it's rubbish, but it tunes 40 to 10. It's given me great service, and it's stayed up throughout all the winds. You know, all it is 2 araldited half 10 meter poles, the bottom 4 meters of them, and they've stayed on the end. And the middle pole is actually a DX Commander 10 meter fiberglass pole with the top 2 sections out. It's 8 meters. And it stood up, and it hasn't been, all I've done is tape the sections, and it stayed up beautifully. So I'm been so chuffed with how she's stayed up throughout all the wind, and boy, has she gone like this quite often. Mechanically, it's been robust, and it still performs really well. But of course, it's been up for 6 months, and hey, we get bored, don't we, with one antenna for 6 months? Hey, we've got to change, haven't we? We've got to tinker. So I've got a plan. I'm going to shorten her so that she's literally a half wave on 20. So she's still going to give me 20, 17, 15, 12 and 10. And I know the higher bands are rubbish at the moment, but we're getting into sporadic E season, and I hopefully we'll see a bit more action. But then to get 40, what I'm going to do is put a full-sized end-fed half wave up. As an inverted L, but an inverted L sloper. So it will come down. There'll be some cancellation of the radiated power a little bit there, of the you know what I mean, the pattern. That's right. But it won't be a sharp angle coming down. It'll go down from about 29 feet down to about 18, 19 feet. So it won't be too bad. The only thing is the vertical part of the inverted L will only be a few feet. As it goes up, halfway up then, it'll be a few feet from the end of the 20 meter doublet. So it'll be like that. So interaction, I don't know. But I'm going to keep the existing doublet up, put the inverted L up, and then see whether there's any issues. If there isn't, I'll know basically then that the other doublet will work okay. So in effect, what I'll have one antenna which is east-west, and like a fairly shallow inverted V now, like this. And then the other one will be going that way, sort of not quite north-south, but sort of northwest, southeast, something like that, northeast, southwest. Hey, you know what I mean. So it won't be like that, but it'll sort of be like that. So it'll give me something extra in terms of directivity, and it'll get me 40 meters and in a resonant way. So probably, in all honesty, 40 meters will be better. The only thing I'm thinking about though is the noise level going to be a lot higher, because I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. Touch wood. My noise levels at the moment, even on 40 meters in the evening, is S3. I mean, God, I'm so lucky. I'm surrounded by houses. I'm only one cheap Chinese charger away somewhere else from my HF being destroyed. So that's why I'm only putting up fiberglass poles. I'm not putting any concrete in the ground. I'm not putting up big metal poles, because tomorrow I may not have any HF usable at home. So I'm playing a pragmatic game here. I'm trying not to tempt fate as well. So yeah, going back to the end-fed half-wave, providing those noise floor levels are only maybe 1 or 2 S points more than the doublet, then I'll take the hit because it gives me the full half-wave performance on 40 meters. So let's give it a go. So that's what I'm looking to do, as well as clear this place out and put a shack in here for the summer. So those are the plans. As I say, nothing really happening in this video except to tell you what's going to be happening in the next few. The end-fed half-wave I'll try and put up in the next week, and I'll show you that and compare how that works. I'll do a little shed tidy vid as well, obviously sped up. You won't have 8 hours of wonderful viewing looking at me tidying a shed. I'll maybe show you what the temporary shack looks like. And in the meantime, if you've got anything at all you can tell me about how to insulate a shed, how to put things up properly, how to do a good job, if you've done it yourself. I only want to hear from you if you've done it yourself, okay? But if you've done it yourself and you can tell me what to do, I would love to hear from you. Because the problem is, there's loads of stuff on YouTube, there's loads of stuff online, and frankly, the more you find out about this, the more confused I've become, because people do it in so many different ways. And to be honest with you, I just need guidance on what the hell to do from somebody who's done it themselves. That's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, to share. Listen, I hope you've liked it. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up or whatever, or thumbs down. But if you'd be thumbs down, tell me why, because I'd love to improve my videos. 73, and hope to catch you again. This is 2E0TWG at your service, saying 73. Bye-bye.